up? Welcome to your Daily Buckeye Blitz for a hump day. It is a hump day, right? Yeah, Wednesday, November 22nd, 2023. It's Thanksgiving Eve. Let me adjust this camera just a bit. It's a little crooked, a little cockeyed. You cockeyed optimist, are you? I don't think so. Anyways, Turkey Day Eve. This is where the night where everybody goes out and gets totally plastered so they can wake up with a hangover and then just eat and watch football all day and then drink some more, right? At least that's what I used to do. I don't do that much anymore. I just stay home and get plastered, wake up with a hangover. No. Yeah, that's kind of how it goes here. Anyway, we are talking Ryan Day press conference. Hey, don't forget, you're thinking about the holidays, something to get your friends and family, get some Buckeye gear at the buckeyecast.com. Everything is still on sale. Don't leave the house, go shopping on Black Friday or any other day. Just go online, thebuckeyecast.com. Check it out. We also have the Etsy store. So if you like Etsy, you prefer shopping there, go to Etsy, search the Buckeye Cast. Same shit. All right, here we go. We're talking Ryan Day press conference. It's game week. It's hate week. It's beat the cheaters up North week, all that stuff. We're getting geared up. We'll be live Wednesday afternoon, 4:30 p.m. Eastern, YouTube, you know it. And then Friday, of course. So let's get into it. Ryan Day. Ryan Day, did you hire the private investigative firm? Did your brother hire a PI? No, anyways. Let's go. Question number one. How do you talk to your team about keeping your composure for this game?
Yeah, I think that's important. You have to play with emotion. You can't let emotion play with you. I think that's important. You have to have your emotions in check, which isn't easy in a game like this because, as we all know, how the magnitude of it all. But it's something that we identified in the off season. So, and we'll talk about this week.
All right, it's an important one. How about improvements in the running game? What have you seen?
Yeah, going to keep getting tested, but I feel like we've made some progress in different areas. I think certainly Trey coming back has made a big impact on that, but everybody is involved with it, and it's balance. But I think identifying each week what's worked for us and what hasn't, and fixing those things just over time, getting better. And I think the infusion of Trey has certainly helped.
And what about the comparison between Kyle McCord and JJ McCarthy?
Well, I think there's a lot going on here. And I think what we've done all season is in preparation for this game, the way that we've prepared, the way we've evaluated each game, the way we've talked about each game, our focus in the offseason, our focus in the preseason, and our focus during the season. So, like I told the guys on Sunday, we've been preparing for this moment all year. And so now we just need to continue on the routines that we've been on and, be the best team we've been all season, but at the same time focusing on those things. And it'll be the same for Kyle.
And when have you really grasped the magnitude of the Ohio State-Michigan game?
I think every year you just learn more and more. I guess this will be my 6th time in the game. So, you learn quickly when you're here, but each year, you learn more, and it has more of a significant impact on you as a person. And I think all of our guys, when they come here, whether it's a coach or a player, they're here for one reason, to win that game. And so, and I guess, every year that you're here, you learn about that more and more. But my youngest daughter doesn't know any other place other than Ohio. So, this world means the world to me and my family.
And what do you look for when recruiting quarterbacks?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's not just one thing, but there's a lot that you look at. Leadership, competitiveness, toughness. There's just so many things that you do. And the difficult thing now is starting recruiting at younger ages. And certain guys are being evaluated as freshmen and sophomores, and then you continue to evaluate. Then you have guys like Lincoln, who we evaluated his senior year. So, and then you try to compare the best you can. But there's not one thing other than competitiveness is one that for sure is high on the list.
And on the tails of that, what do you remember recruiting JJ?
There's all kinds of things that lead into recruiting, and no, I mean, JJ was always great. He was very respectful. He was a very competitive player, and got a lot of respect for him as a player and as a person. And during the recruiting cycle, you spend time with different people and different folks, and you learn about people. And again, all my interactions with he and his family were very classy.
And how do you keep the distractions with all that's going on with the team up north? How do you keep the team focused?
Yeah, because I think not that it's easy, but the only thing that matters is this game, is this team is preparing. The rest of it doesn't matter. So that's what we have to do. We have got to stay disciplined enough to focus on that. And it goes back to the conversation about emotion, letting, emotion of the game and everything get in the way. We can't do that. And every year you learn more and more about this game and the preparation for it. So we're not going to let any of that stuff get in our way in terms of distractions. We're just going to focus on this team, this season, and preparing the best we possibly can.
And do you think that the Notre Dame game provided Kyle some valuable big game experience?
Yeah, anytime you have experience in a game like this, it makes a big difference, and it's something to go back upon, which is good. He's a very smart player who understands situations, and when you've been in those type of situations before, you have something to grab onto and refer to, and you have a reference point. And I think that all helps in preparation.
And how do you show respect for the rivalry?
I think, I was taught that, the way you respect the rivalry is to work it every day. And whether it's in the weight room, whether it's, game planning, talking to your players, periods in practice in the, during the spring, periods in practice in the preseason, and that's it. And so, we respect the rivalry, and certainly excited to play here on Saturday.
How important is executing in the run game against Michigan?
It's extremely important. Yeah. I mean, it's there's a lot of things that are important, but that's extremely high on the list.
Okay. What about red zone execution?
Well, first off, they haven't had very many snaps down there, so there's not a ton to go off of. But you gotta. Every yard is worth 2 or 3 down there, and you got to do a great job execution. The field gets smaller. We call it the 12 defenders at end line, and so you just got to operate in a smaller area, and so you got to be efficient. But that'll be another situation that'll be huge in the game. Those 4-point plays where you're the kicking field goals or scoring touchdowns on both sides of the ball.
Do you have any respect for Jim Harbaugh or his staff? Because I don't. I have zero.
Yeah, I think, with everything going on and the things, that are out there, we just kind of stayed away from all the distractions we have, and just focused on our team. And I think our guys have done a good job of it. I think, when you talk to our guys, I have talked to them a couple of times about, what's going on this season and going into the game. But, they're focused on this game. They're focused on this season. They're focused on their preparation. And we're just going to continue on that.
And what about this tunnel in Michigan Stadium? How do you get around that?
Yeah, we've had conversations already. They've been, folks have been talking about it here for a couple of weeks and put some good plans together, again, to make sure that we can focus on what matters, and that's getting on the field and playing football.
How about the playoff expansion? Do you think this will change the rivalry?
Yeah, I don't know if that'll be the case. I'm sure there'll always be just as much on the line when these two teams play. And certainly it'll be different, but I don't think it'll change anything just on the format. It's always going to be this way. And, the format certainly will change next year, but I don't think the rivalry will ever be anything less than it is right now.
How do you ramp up the team for a game of this magnitude?
I think you look at the routine. I think that's something you grab onto in big weeks, and that's why you set routines. That's why we talk to our team about routines, and that's in big games. That's what you grab onto to make sure you stay on that routine. And it's a productive process to make sure you're covering everything you need to cover in terms of preparation. And again, we've had great opportunities to take a look and see how things have gone down, why they've gone down, and regroup every season and try to identify the things that we got to improve at. So, it's been this has been a great group to build with. They're a great group to coach, and we're going to have another great week of practice right now, and I can't wait to see these guys play on Saturday.
And what are some final words on motivation for the game?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's a good question, but we take every year as it is and go from there. But there's guys with scars, and I'm one of them, and so it just drives you every day to work harder and to make sure you do everything you possibly can to win the game.
All right, folks. That's your head coach, Ryan Day. Very concise, short, and to the point. Obviously, there's probably a lot going on in his head and in his heart. So can't wait for this one. It's going to be a big one. That's what she said. See, still have time for That's What She Said, jokes. You're welcome. All right. Talk to you tomorrow. Go Bucks.